Wow, what do we got now? Oh yeah, that got fucked up, didn't it? Thank goodness.
2 hours after the first shots were fired, Brule was under Imperial control.
And all they did was bring one tank. Imagine if they bring two.
A mere skirmish by Empire standards, the raid on Brule would mark Welkin Gunther's first taste of battle and begin his rise to a Gallian hero.
Alicia.
I thought I would be ready for this. I knew war meant this might happen. It hurts. Seeing my town overrun like this, seeing all those people killed, it's just not right. How could all this happen? It isn't human, Welkin.
Hoverhand.
We look at those birds and see how wild and free they are. But they all have their own territories.
Don't you dare sketch them.
If anything threatens their home, they'll risk their lives to defend it.
Not...
People are animals too.
Not necessarily.
We do what we have to, when we have to. Animals are in a constant struggle to stay alive, but I've also seen them help each other. Almost like they were.
It is pretty rough when there's like 3 trees in the entire country.
Cooperating?
That's why I'm so into studying natural science. That coexistence. I want to know how it works. If we could figure that out, mankind could put it to use for our own survival.
Right.
That's why I want to be a teacher, so that I can pass that knowledge on to the children. I mean, even if we can't completely eliminate war, at least we might learn to live together.
The smoke is not animated, is it?
You think so?
Welks, look. Martha fell asleep, so that makes me the babysitter. See, Alicia?
Oh, he's adorable.
Yo, you wrapped it in
Just
a
like
whole
you said,
fucking ham?
Even in war, new life happens all around us. Come here. Look, that's your hometown.
It's burning, and everyone's dead.
Someday, we'll come back home again.
Yes.
Baby's
Someday
crying
soon.
like, why would you show me this
know it.
horror? I'm like 7 minutes old, why would you do this to me?
Chapter 3. Vassal Urban Warfare.
Who is that in the number 2? Are they wearing a mask? Oh no, that's Welkin. Alright, I was like looking under Welkin's face and thought that someone was wearing like a weird mask, but that's just his uniform.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border.
Alright.
Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion
Pegasus?
front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession.
Alright, yeah, okay, we get it.
Brule's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees.
Wow, it hangs on those for a while, huh?
Randgries.
Is this a
Gallia's
Final
capital,
Fantasy game?
A town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries.
That's a temple.
Within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia.
It's
Gallia's
Unicorn
princess.
Spiral. It's Unicorn Spiral.
Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country.
Does neutrality actually mean you have to do that?
As the
I would have
conflict
assumed the
grew
opposite.
worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
I mean, Alicia was already... Well, I guess she was a baker, wasn't she? So, whatever. I mean, she makes bread and calls herself a baker anyway. You know. Dope rug.
So these are my new digs. Oh, my uniform.
You've got a huge dorky map on it.
I should get
Perfect
changed
for
before
you.
reporting in. Better get ready
Yeah,
now.
generally, when you're in the military, turning up in your uniform is advised, weirdly enough. You should probably do that.
Flares, binoculars, compass, and a map.
Stupid little hat that's like caved in part of my skull.
Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Shut the fuck up, Welkin.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see.
That's a weird-ass uniform.
Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually.
Why would you put a tie on your military uniform? You know, generally you're not supposed to have a tie on if you're fighting someone.
So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
No, honestly.
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Draw her like one of your French girls.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough.
No.
I like it.
No, That's the boldest lie I've ever heard in my life. She's still wearing a fucking doily.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
It does, you're wearing a tie.
No way. That plating on the back? It's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
Shut the fuck up, Welkin.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle?
What is this strange creature? Is it similar to the band?
Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug.
Oh my
a
God.
rhinoceros beetle. King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm getting, like, secondhand embarrassment off Welkin right now.
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Welkin's a special person, Alicia. I figured that out as well.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
That's a doily.
It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
It's no scarf, it's a doily.
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking.
You probably shouldn't be allowed to wear that, honestly.
I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
I don't think that would be allowed in the military.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Yeah.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
Yeah, we should probably, like, go do what we're supposed to be doing right now. It's not like we're in anywhere that, like, encourages that or anything.
Come in. Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, she's very serious looking. Hello, Three Stooges.
Galleon Militia Enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Why are we shouting?
Galleon Militia Enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad
What?
7 now.
Ma'am,
Enlistee
What?
Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command.
Welkin's gonna be a lieutenant? What the fuck? No!
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Who the fuck are you?
Theo? I had
Fabio.
no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welcome was in science and I was in archaeology.
You're all such huge nerds.
And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying more, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today.
What was the point of
But you
this,
still
then?
have time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Landbreeze. They'll be your new home, so get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Do you want to maybe tell us when that is, really, though? Yeah, I have to imagine, because I would never make Welkin a lieutenant, I have to imagine the only reason she did is because he turned up with his own tank, and no other recruit did that, so they were just like, well, you know, I guess he's gonna be the the lieutenant, because, I mean, does Alicia have a tank? No. Suck it. Let's see what's going on in the base area that we apparently have. Great. Rosie. Man, people love pigtails here, don't they? You shouldn't be wearing a choker either. I feel like that's also against regulations. Oh, hello! Can I get more information on what those things actually mean? Ah. Bringing a boost in his abilities. Unshaken even when surrounded by foes, he remains calmly in command, enjoying a boost in his parameters. Okay. Standing on bare dirt leads to a boost in concentration. Oh my goodness, I'm really feeling the energy of the earth right now. Maternal. When any of her close friends are nearby, the desire to protect them drives up all of her abilities. Okay, what's Rosie about? She's allergic to the entire desert, apparently. Leads to a steady drain of HP. Plowing through on... Lessen damage from interception fire. Can't abandon her fellow shock troopers. Ooh, he's a serious looking man. Paved roads feel strange and cold, leading to discomfort and lowered defense. Ooh, this asphalt is really, like, triggering me right now. When surrounded by allies, yo, this guy's a little needy, isn't he? This guy's like a hypochondriac. Alright, so, great. We learned a lot there. Choose member who will fight in combat. Well.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works.
We only have 4, which is what I'd expect a squad to have, but...
This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes.
They have a butt as their indicator.
Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies.
All with just a baseball cap.
Spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards. That comes at the price of firepower.
Some of them wear red armor. It's probably not that hard.
Next up, the shock trooper.
I'm familiar.
Break through enemy lines and clean up.
I'm familiar with the brutal
They
men.
offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets. While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings.
I mean, their specialized technique seems to be doing a lot of
Think of
damage.
them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant.
Alright.
After them, we have Lancers.
That's
Then
pretty serious looking.
anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets. Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases,
It's
they're
like,
the only way to
they
stop
look like they have a spear that has 2 other spears stacked on top of it like TF2 hats.
They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently...
Yeah, they are wearing a
avoids tank
big
mortars.
shoulder pad, so obviously an explosion would do nothing.
Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire.
They're resistant to exploding, but not to getting shot. I feel like if you have the exploding, you should have the being shot by default.
Changing gears,
Ah,
perform
rhymes.
combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site.
He's got this little bell. He rings it when he arrives.
They can place sandbags for cover,
Oh.
disarm mines, repair towers, you name it.
So versatile.
Actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators.
The support bitches.
Lastly, we have the snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance. You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see.
I mean, they do have a scope, so it's a little
Sniping
easier.
rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight.
Is that what a scope does? I didn't know.
Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for.
Low defense seems to be the drawback of everything except the shock troopers.
That should cover the basics.
Great.
Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you
20, oh my goodness. Alright, let's sit down and consider our options. So, here we have Hermes Kissup, the hippie who fancies women and is claustrophobic, so that's cool. Here we have Ted. He is honestly just a mental patient that walked in. Here's Montley, who has an exceptionally stupid name but still looks really smug about it. Here we have the Moe. Here we have the Cocky. Here we have the woman that doesn't look like she has any right to be fighting people. The other cocky one. The happy one. Oh, yeah, This is a Skies of Arcadia character.
Hey there. I'm Ika Thompson. I'll try my best. Sound good, Welkin?
I was aware that Skies of Arcadia characters were here. I didn't know I would find one the first day. I don't know. She's weird. Here we have the old man, who's got a bad back. Probably shouldn't be here. Fabio. Another Skies of Arcadia character.
The name's Vice Engelbart. Let's go kick this war in the teeth.
Absolutely, I agree. Edie Nelson, she has a DLC, so we're gonna have to pick her.
I'm Edie Nelson. Perhaps you've heard of me. I'm sure we'll get along swimmingly.
I've never hated another human being so much in my entire life. She's like 7, so there's the other there's Widowmaker, actually, but a shock trooper. He looks pretty serious. Let's take him. He has a stern look in his eye.
Niels Darden. I'll see you on the field.
Who was that? Whose voice was that? That was definitely someone's voice. Oh, look, this man is dying. This man is actually dying. So, whatever, I guess we'll take him.
Hey, Field Boar here. Remember the name, boss man.
Boar is a very appropriate sounding name for you. Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely, Lennon. John Lennon, that is.
Walter Nash, buddy. Pleasure to be working with you.
I actually despise you, but it's too late now. We're not backing out. Okay. She's also like 7. He doesn't know why he's here. Okay, Homer Perron. This is a very anime-looking character, so we're gonna have to take him.
I'm Homer Perron, here to fight together with you until this war claims my life.
God, cheer the fuck up. Alright, Dallas Wyatt. Fancies women. I see. Man-hater. Claudia Mann. Oscar. There's a lot of this type of woman character in these recruits, isn't there? Okay, what have we got? We got 2 scouts. We got 10 slots left. So I think we should take mostly scouts and shock troopers. Probably a sniper and we've already got 2 anti-tank people, so that's probably fine. So I think scouts and shock troopers are where it's at. Maybe we'll get I don't know, we'll figure it out. Okay. I mean, let's just take you, I guess, because you have a beret, so that's pretty
I'm
fancy.
Nancy DeFore. It's so good to meet you.
Thank you for being a halfway normal human being. We'll take Ramona Flowers, sure.
My name's Ramona Litton. Good to be on board, Welkin.
I didn't really expect you to talk like that. Susie will take just because I feel like she has no right to be here, but she still is.
My name is Susie Evans, sir. I realize I'm inexperienced, but I'll do all I can.
Thank you, Aerith. I appreciate that. And we'll take her as the final scout.
I'm Frisia York Handsome. I know you'll take real good care of me.
Look, I'm gonna have to call HR if you keep talking like that. Alright, now, I honestly want to take the fucking old man as a shock trooper, because that's just like...
Name's Kobe Caird, boyo. Looks to me like we're gonna see a lot of each other.
Every self-respecting squadron needs the grandfather figure, you know? The Reinhardt. Kobe's gonna be that. This guy looks like Sylvester Stallone, so he's gonna have to come. Apparently he hates imps, so what does that mean? Hatred for the Empire. Oh, Imperial. I assumed he meant like the little gremlin things.
Reporting for duty, sir.
My name's Rip Beefsteak. Lancer Killer. Let's take her.
The name's Jane Turner. I'll do anything if it means putting holes in imps.
Yeah, I'm really tough. Ugh. Alright, how many shock troopers we got now? We got a lot, actually. We've actually got a lot of those. So, let's take a sniper. Let's take this guy.
Hey, I'm Oscar Baylor. Thanks for taking me on board.
Yeah, you got to skip PE for this, I'll bet, so you'd probably really like that. She's kinda cute, let's take her.
My name is Dallas Wyatt. I'm excited to be joining up.
That's the perfect reason to recruit someone into your military unit, by the way. They look cute. And now we have... I mean, is 2 engineers enough? I don't really know. I don't have a concept for this game yet, like, how it goes. Maybe we'll just take the other sniper? No, let's take another engineer. Let's take this guy who just doesn't look like he knows why he's here, because imagining this person fixing something is real funny to me, because he's, like, probably just reading the manual right there.
Herbert Nielsen is me. I mean, I'll try.
Alright, this is by far the worst military unit I've ever seen in my entire life. There's gonna have to be daily fucking floggings if we're gonna get this troop in fighting force. No, they're all terrible, except for Vise and Ica.
As time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from, so keep an eye on that list.
Thank goodness. We got like 3 people who are just like half dead.
So they're all ready for combat. They'll be at the same level as the rest of the team you've taken into the field.
Look, that's a game mechanic. I'm gonna have to ask you to not bring that up in conversation. You're ruining my immersion right now.
You can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience.
Because that's how it would realistically work.
You can work well with. That should be enough to get you started. You can figure out the rest as you go.
Yeah, you know, you can figure out that whole war thing by yourself. I'm out. Peace. And then she just wheelies out.
Squad leader's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and we've got such, like, a motley assortment of people.
Come to think of it, Faldio's heading up Squad 1, isn't he?
Why does Fabio get to be Squad 1? Why are we Squad 7? I brought a tank.
I'm sorting through this stuff now, too. I'd better get a move on.
It's gonna really suck to be him. We already took all the ones that weren't, like, the worst. Except for the old man. He is probably, like, actually not very helpful. But, like, we gotta have the father figure for the unit. Otherwise, what's the point, really?